Hi, my name is Shiori. I guess I'm the one to talk about food.
Here, I will explain Itamai, craftsman, making authentic Japanese food. In Japan, people who work with their own technology are called craftsmen.
There are a wide variety of positions. You don't need to be an academic to become a craftsman. You have to endure rigorous training and diligently hone your skills.
The same is true in the world of Japanese food. From the time you are a teenager, you become an apprentice at the Japanese restaurant you want to learn to cook at.
I think it is the same in France and Italy.
In Japan, apprentices often live in a shop or dormitory and have to keep a regular routine. During the first year of apprenticeship, the students are not allowed to touch knives, etc. They are required to clean the kitchen and wash pots and pans. In the second year, students can handle knives, but they specialize in vegetable peeling.
From the third year, they can learn to cook. In the fourth year, you can learn how to bake.
From the fifth year, you can take charge of various dishes, but you cannot make sashimi. The senior and master chef hasn't taught cooking at all for 5 years. In Japan, work is not something that can be taught, but something you learn by sight, or steal skills by sight. Apprentices learn by watching their seniors while doing other jobs, and when the job is done, they stay in the kitchen to practice the techniques they learned. If you can't make stews taste the same as the cook, you'll do only stews for many years, and if you can't do baked food the same way as the cook, you'll do only grilled food for many years. Around the 7th year, only those approved by the head chef are allowed to make sashimi and stand in front of customers.
It is at this time that one can stand in front of a customer and make sushi.
If you are approved by the chef, you will be given goodwill and told that you can open a business using the name of the restaurant, but this is only given to the best people, so not all of them will be given goodwill even if they work for 10 years. Goodwill is a permission to open a business using the name of the store, so it's not a franchise and there are no royalties. As you may have noticed by now, not all of those who have been trained can become itamai.
Many of them drop out during their training.
In other words, the people who open their own businesses in itamai are talented people, just like athletes. The only cuisines that can be prepared by overcoming this rigorous training are sushi, tempura, eel, Japanese soba noodles, Japanese food at hotels, Japanese food at ryokan, ryote, kappo, Japanese restaurant, and Japanese sweets. Ramen, yakiniku, shabu shabu, sukiyaki and tonkatsu do not require strict training.
Now let me explain what makes artisanal food different from foreign Japanese food. First of all, let's talk about sushi.
People think that sushi is just making sushi rice and putting sashimi on top of it, but this is not true at all. Sushi is made by filling the sushi rice with air in a well-balanced manner so that the rice crumbles in your mouth.
Sushi can be eaten by hand or with a hashi.
For those who eat with the hashis, the sushi rice is gripped a little harder than those who eat it by hand so that it doesn't fall apart with the hashis. Also, women have smaller mouths than men, so they hold the rice smaller than men. We also make and serve sushi according to the tempo of the customers eating so that the sushi items do not dry out. At this time, grilled items, for example conger eels, are also grilled in the kitchen according to the tempo of the customers eating. Furthermore, it is said that a top-notch edamame sushi chef can make sushi with 302 grains of rice for sushi rice. The tempura artisans also match the eating speed of the customers sitting in the counter.
Since tempura is finished the moment it enters the customer's mouth, the fish is removed from the oil and placed on the customer's plate with residual heat to prevent the fish from being overheated.
For customers who are eating quickly, we finish the tempura in the oil before serving it to them.
Tempura is also said to be a dish that is made with sound. Tempura is made by listening to the sound of water evaporating from the ingredients in the oil.
It is said that when one gets old and deaf, he or she retires from itamai. In eel shops, there is a famous training saying, 3 years of skewering, 8 years of tearing, and a lifetime of grilling. It takes 8 years of training to skillfully dismantle an eel, and 3 years of training to skewer it in order to grill it well. And in order to grill the eels well, you must train all your life. Also used for grilling eels is charcoal called bing cotton.
It has been discovered since ancient times that far-infrared radiation can successfully grill fish.
Eel grilling sauce is treated as an heirloom by all eel shops and is handed down from generation to generation. It is extremely difficult to make long, thin and non-adhesive neon soba. In order to make such long and thin soba, the water content is adjusted according to the daily changes in humidity.
No machine is used, and all the adjustments are made with the senses of the craftsman's fingers. There are many other amazing techniques used, but it's impossible to explain them all.
Also, did you know that the same dish can be seasoned differently in winter than it is in summer, as is the case with all Japanese food? To the customers who eat it, it tastes the same, but in summer, when we sweat and our bodies crave salt, we add a little more salt.
This gives the illusion that the taste is the same all year round.
The artisans of Japanese cuisine say that the Ataiba always takes the cooking process very seriously, but they also say that too much of that feeling can affect the taste of the food.
They are a group of people who think that much into their cooking.
Itamai do not use strong-smelling hairdressers or spices in their personal lives because they do not want the smell to transfer to the food they cook.
Also, in sushi restaurants, they never cook fried food, as the smell of the oil will stick to the sushi. If a sushi restaurant in a foreign country has fried or stir-fried food on the menu, it is not an artisanal restaurant. Non-Japanese people are opening restaurants in foreign countries as Japanese food, but the food is completely different from the food prepared by Japanese people. Thank you for watching to the end.